Howdy, folks. We are back with another episode of 3 Men and an Anime. Huzzah!
Not even Nurgle can stop us.
No.
Just our own laziness.
He's fucking trying.
Yeah. Yeah. So, as usual, I'm joined by my good friend and co-hosts Eric Carlson and Gav Leaf. How are you guys doing tonight outside of, the usual horrors?
I had pizza and beer for the first time in 3 weeks, and it was awesome.
Nice.
I continue to exist because I have a job where I can work from home, which is simultaneously lucky as hell and also a pain in the ass, but
Yeah,
I can't complain.
It is one of those simultaneous, wow, that's really convenient, and, I can keep working and making money, and, oh god, I'm working from home, no!
This is where I relax. This is my safe space.
This is not where I'm supposed to be working. This is where I'm supposed to be sitting around without pants on watching cartoons.
Exactly. Although I do usually wear pants just for, just for common courtesy.
At any rate, we are covering my most recent series selection, which is Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Season 1, actually, because Season 2 is coming out real shortly, apparently.
Yeah.
Literally, Crunchyroll today has dropped the trailer. Well, not the trailer. It's literally, here's the opening for Season 2 coming soon.
Yeah. I think it's literally next season.
Well,
So,
goddamn, that's well timed.
Yeah, I did not plan this. At all.
Lies.
No, do you think I planned this shit, Gav? So yeah, Kaguya-sama, Love is War. Or what if two tsunderes fall in love with each other? I mean,
Yeah, pretty much.
They're not. Seriously, you just want to throttle on both.
At the same time, you do at times. I agree. I'm more willing to put up with their shenanigans than you guys seem to be towards the end.
Well, towards the end, it was like, okay, this is adorable and amusing, and adorable and amusing, and Jesus Christ, you guys are becoming painful. Just stick them both in a blender, then they'll be together.
Yeah, see, I didn't feel that at all. Honestly, it's only 12 episodes. Like that doesn't phase. Like
honestly, I was okay up until the fireworks episode. I was like, finally, moving forward. Great.
Yes.
Oh, don't you fucking tease me.
Straight
like
back to normal. It's like literally all you have to do. I was sitting there like literally just say, look, just open up to each other, and if you don't, I'm going to do it for you with an axe.
With an axe.
Now, I will say it is one of the rare shows where the fact they didn't make sense with their characters.
It does.
Yeah,
it absolutely does. But it's frustrating as hell.
Oh, I can understand. It didn't bother me as much, but we'll get to that. So yeah, okay.
It was the firework episode that broke me. Honestly.
Oh, I could see that. I was disappointed. I agree with you. We agreed on the where we would have preferred to see season 2 going, but we'll get to that. All right, so
I will also say the firework episode is my favorite episode.
Oh, it was amazing.
Really good.
It was so fucking good.
Afterward, that made it
so good. At any rate, Kaguya-sama, Love is War is the tale of hang on, I gotta get the names exactly right. Kaguya Shinomiya and Miyuki Shirogane, who are the heads of the student council at a ridiculously elite high school. And when I say ridiculously elite, oh my god.
Yeah. This puts Hogwarts to shame.
I mean, to be perfectly honest, there was several guillotines out front with starving peasants running them.
Probably.
That's how privileged it was.
Now,
it's one of those shows. I mean, it's one of those high school shows where literally, unless the plot is specifically referencing the outside world may as well be a white void. We don't even see that much of the school, to be honest. Outside.
No, it's we almost only see the student council room.
The student council room. It's a great. What is the term? A bottle episode?
Yeah, it's a bottle series mostly.
Yeah. It would be a really cheap series for somebody to produce live action, and God knows.
Oh God, you know how many sitcoms would kill for this premise?
Yeah,
no shit.
So Miyuki Shirogane and Kaguya are the Kaguya Shinomiya. So we're gonna call them Shirogane. We're gonna call them the terms they're called most in the show, which is Shirogane and Kaguya.
Yeah.
Although Shinomiya, they refer to each other by last name because that's fairly common in Japan, and they're not close. Yeah. They're not officially close enough to go by their first names. by their given names.
Plus they're in that higher class of society where, unless you are really intimate with somebody, you use their honorifics.
For the most part. So, Shirogane is, he is actually something of an outsider to the academy. He is decidedly at best middle class. Working class, definitively. His family is definitely working class. He's of mixed descent. His dad is Japanese. His mom we've never see, but he's blonde with blue eyes, and so is his sister.
Yeah.
So,
which, to be honest, that usually means Scandinavian when it's in anime, but
yeah. He's gotten into the school because he is very, very, very smart and an insanely hard worker.
Yeah, he's an absolute overworker.
Yeah.
Like he is destined to be the ultimate salaryman kind of position, but not stay there very long. He will be a company manager within no time.
Yeah, because he's a goddamn genius.
Mm-hmm.
And he is the council president because not only is he a hardworking genius and the top of the school academically, he's likable and popular and basically doesn't seem to not get along with anybody. He gets along with basically everybody. Well, asterisk. We'll get to that in a second. Kaguya Shinomiya is her dad runs basically the largest shipping company in Japan. Her family is immensely wealthy.
Yeah, I think it's head of the transport industry in Japan.
Basically, yeah.
Like trains, like buses, everything. It's owned by the Shinomiyas.
Yeah, she is the second best student in school and the vice president of the council. She is actually has more raw intelligence than Shirogane, but he is he works harder. He is such an overworker that he sort of overcomes the fact that he is very slightly less brilliant than she is.
Yeah, it also helps that there are pet birds that are less sheltered than she is.
Whoa, we don't find that out immediately.
No,
we find it out.
Fair. Like saying that she's smarter than him, that the difference isn't really measurable from your average.
No.
From your average point of view.
The big difference between the way their brains work is she is a much more meticulous planner than he is, and he is much better on the fly.
Yep.
We find this out when we sort of see them sparring, because they end up sparring because,
that's the whole premise of the show.
That's the whole premise of the show, yeah. So, Shinomiya, basically, when they first meet in the student council, they don't particularly like each other. I mean, Shirogane is, trying to be, his usual friendly, but, a little bit distant self. And she basically is her usual, the way she is with most people, which is standoffish, keeping people at arm's length, and a little bit disdainful. But they all both sort of secretly go, yeah, they're pretty cute. I could totally see hanging out with them and maybe going out at some point. But, I'm not going to, I can tell by their way they act, there's no way I'm going to, ask them out, because if they ask me out, sure, what the hell. Nothing happens for about 6 months. This is the backstory in episode 1, and they've both gone from they're all right to I actually really like them and I really 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 want to go out with them. I'm actually in love with them. Fuck, but I can't ask them out because at this point, no.
Well, to be fair, both of them have this. They're both somewhat obsessed with status and maintaining the status that they have.
Yep,
and to make the first move would be to admit their feelings, and admit their feelings would be a sign of weakness. No, I must make them first. They must kneel before my
That
feelings.
is where it starts. And that
Yes.
there's more to it than that as we find it as it goes. The other big bit is that, so they're both basically scheming to try to get the other one to admit they like them first. So they're trying to trick the other one into actually confessing their feelings. Because they're both they're both on the surface classic tsunderes, and that they will never admit that they like the person they like. And their shenanigans are hilarious. It is helped along by the secretary of the student council, Chika Fujiwara, who is
the destroyer of plans, layer of waste of schemes.
All hail Chika, the chaos god of anime.
Yes. Oh my god. Chica is adorable. Is an adorable sweetheart of a girl who is a little bit selfish,
Yeah.
but generally has her friends' best interest at heart. She is not as smart as Miyuki or as either Shirogane or Shinomiya, but that's like not fair.
But the thing I like about Chica so much though is that she's not like a super genius, and because she acts the ditz, she acts like the Moe Blob.
Oh yeah,
in the first couple of episodes,
she is a classic Genki girl, honestly.
Absolutely. Yeah. But the thing with her is that from any like long-standing anime fan makes you kind of dismiss her as comic relief.
Oh no.
No. And in the background, she you start to realize just how clever she is and how devious.
Yeah.
And how self-centered, and she has all these little facets to her character that you don't get from the Genki girl normally. She's a fantastic character.
Oh yeah.
But she's basically just a really positive, normal person.
Yeah.
She just looks, and again I say this with a pinch of salt. She looks dumb compared to the room.
That's the thing. She comes across as the airheaded ditz, but that's because she's sitting in a room with like. And then when we add in the treasurer, Yu Ishigami, it's like, yeah, she's not the smart. She's the least smart person in the room.
The dumbest person in the room.
And she's really smart.
Not saying very much.
She is really smart. She's just surrounded by 3 people who are fucking geniuses. It's like, oh, she's hyper intelligent. It's just that no, she doesn't work as hard as Shirogane, and because she wants to have fun.
The odd thing about her is though, when you're talking about intelligence, if you're talking about emotional intelligence, she's by far the genius of the group.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, that's again not hard.
It's the premise of the show, but she's like, oh, for fuck's sake, will you two just pack it in?
Well, she doesn't. I don't think she fully gets exactly how they feel.
I swear she knows exactly what she's doing.
It's hard to tell. We don't know that for a fact yet.
It's true. We don't know that for a fact yet, but in my head, my head canon is that she knows exactly what's going on, thinks it's fucking hilarious, and purposely destroys their schemes because it's hilarious.
Yes. But there's 2 scenes, and I don't think we're going to go into like the actual the beats of the story because you don't need to with this show.
You really don't.
But it's a very episodic show.
But there's two things that stand out. One of them is like me and Eric were screaming this the entire time anyway. There's like one little thing where the president has delivered cake. Not the president, the principal has given the student council cake. But he's only sent 2 pieces because there were only 2 people in the student council room at the time. And Shirogane gave a piece to Ishigami, the treasurer, and then realized there was only 1 piece left for him and Shinomiya. And he's like, oh shit, I can't give her this because then it's like I'm giving up cake for her. No. How do I do this? How do I be nice to her but while not giving in? And at the same time, Shinomiya is having the exact same thing to the point where they're both trying to force this 1 piece of cake down each other's throats for so long until Chica walks in. She goes, oh Christ, you two, gets the cake, eats it.
The best part about that, honestly, is they're about to feed each other a bite simultaneously, so they don't have to admit anything. But clearly, it's I get to feed the person I like a bit of food. Like it's a very intimate potential moment, and then Chica eats both the forkfuls.
The other one is the student because they're the student council. Other students keep coming to them for advice because obviously the student council they're worldly. They know the opposite sex. They know this, that, and the other, and. There's a guy shows up asking Shirogane for advice, and because of his nature, he just basically twists everything into an excuse to get this kid a part-time job and just work. You need money for this. You need to hire. Okay, if you want to impress a girl, what you need to do is you need to hire a boat. I can't afford that. Okay, well, my place is hiring. I'll get you a job. You'll need about 5,000 yen. That's That's about a week's work. I don't know money, but yeah. Okay, we'll do that, sort it out. Yeah, but then I can't afford anything else. Okay, so we'll extend it forward. You'll work for like a month, and by the end of it, he's like worked out his 5-year plan of what he's going to earn as a student. And all this is because the kid came up and asked, I'd like to take my relationship to the next level with my girlfriend and hold her hand in public.
So, of course,
Chica walks in, hears it all, and goes,
oh, for fuck's sake, just hold her hand.
Just grab her hand. Girls are people too.
And he's like, but the best part is looking at Shiragani's face. He's like, oh, that never occurred to me. Huh.
He's planning out this huge fucking battle plan, and it's like, oh god. You guys overthink everything.
They do. They very much do.
The best part is he's all like, but my hands get sweaty because I'll get nervous, and yeah, that's part of the fucking deal. Oh. And then the president's like, oh.
Yeah, your hands get sweaty, she knows you're nervous, and it's kind of cute. As long as you're not, like, drenching her hand.
And if that's a problem, then... So, yeah.
That's a problem. It's not worth it.
Yeah. So, oh, God, the relationship... The times when anyone comes to them for relationship advice is hilarious. Because, with the exception of the first time, it always ends up with Chica coming in and going, oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah.
The first time weirdly works out with just Shiragane's advice. Also, he's basically...
And his advice is terrible and completely lifted from, like, bad anime and crappy manga.
Yes.
And it works.
But I think he realizes he's basically has this like, I have no fucking idea. I'll make shit up.
Yeah. Oh, I saw this in an anime once. He tells the dude to do a wall slam, and it's like, okay, and it works. All right, fine.
The best part though is he asks about what like the hats sort of like describing people like girls that he knows. He starts talking about Shinomiya and talking about like the things that he immediately just goes into the things that sort of she finds a little bit off-putting about her because her dominant traits, her, I forget exactly how he phrased it, but he starts throwing off all the like her privilege and how she's all this sort of stuff, and Amina says, but you can spin all of these in a very positive way, and he starts doing that, and because Kaguya's outside the room listening in, and she's like, oh, he doesn't like me, and then he starts doing this, she's like, oh, okay, wow, I feel much better. And she wanders off, all happy and skipping. And you see Sharon going, oh my god, I'm so glad I saw her behind the door.
You just see her, like, her ponytail, like, at the side of the open door, and it just shows goes back and shows the bit where he spots her, he's like, cold sweats, oh fuck.
Because neither of them wants to dissuade the other from liking them, because they like each other. They're also fairly sure the other likes them, otherwise they wouldn't try to get them to confess. So
these two are absolutely exhausting.
Yes, but they're also goddamn hilarious.
Yeah,
they're hilarious, adorable, and infuriating all at the same time.
Yeah. So, all right, we were talking a little bit about. So the last person we mentioned was Ishigami, the treasurer.
The treasurer. Yeah.
He is basically just this side of basically never leaving his house and being a NEET. He is a massive otaku. He hates doing schoolwork, but he's brilliant.
Genius. Yeah.
He's mathematical.
The dude's one Reddit post away from being an incel.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah. There's an episode where the two of them are asking friends about like how the fuck do we get past the fact that we've fallen into a big argument and we don't want to actually be angry with each other anymore. How do we actually get past this? They describe the situation, and Ishigami starts giving Shirogane really bad advice.
He starts giving him advice lifted straight from from anime and manga, which is basically what Shirogane was doing the other way around, but he's going to the adult section, shall we say?
Yeah. But he's like complaining about about like how girls are like they're all irrational and all. He's going off on like all this bad stuff, like, and you can see Shirogane going, okay, this is not good advice.
Like, I got to get this dude away from 4chan.
Yeah.
yeah, literally.
Oh.
It's like, well, women are all teasers, and then they lead you on, and then you do something, and then it's your fault, and then it's like, oh god. It's like, yeah, no.
But yeah, like every time, like every time Ishigami says, yeah, it's not your fault, it's her fault, you see Shirogane going, yeah, it's a little bit my fault then, isn't it? Fuck. I did screw up there a little bit. So, it turns out Ishigami was a useful sounding board, but his advice was terrible.
Yes.
But the thing is, he's actually not a bad guy. It's just,
he's hanging out with the wrong crowd.
Well, he's not hanging. Yeah, he doesn't hang out with anybody other than the student council, and not very long because Shinomiya terrifies him.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got this irrational fear that Shinomiya is trying to kill him.
Now, to be fair,
not terribly irrational.
Shinomiya is a terrifying individual when she wants to be.
I mean, she has threatened him with a knife once or twice.
Yes.
Yeah, and I'm just gonna say, stop! You're turning me on.
But yeah, she scares the living crap out of him. So yeah, he often just goes home early because he'd
go home to work on my will. Don't die.
It's very clear that he actually likes Shirogane a lot, and he actually likes Chika a lot also, because nobody dislikes Chika. Chika is the best.
Chika is all sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops, and other things that are good.
Yes. Also, the one episode that has the ending credits with her dancing is goddamn adorable.
That is amazing. I don't know if they rotoscoped it, but if they didn't, then good lord, props to the animator.
It was either CG or rotoscope, and I can't tell which is some high fucking praise.
Yeah. By the way, I want to say something. The animation show is generally fairly decent.
Yep.
The character designs are fairly good overall. This is A1 Pictures.
Shit, is this A1?
It's A1.
Oh goddamn! Everyone had a different face.
I know.
They've learned. They've been listening.
No, they just went with the art from the manga.
Oh, fair enough.
I mean, A1 can pull out the chops when they want to. They
Yes.
are generally fairly lazy when it comes to it, and I never would have guessed this is A1.
That's why I decided I want. That's why I say
not at all lazy.
I wanted to bring that up during the episode for exactly that reason, Eric.
I am impressed. Well done.
They did an excellent job with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, most of the show is the two of them getting into a situation where they realize, aha, we have a chance to try to make the other one confess, and then it's structured as a little sort of mini battle, and then each episode's roughly 2 to 3 little mini sections of battles.
Yeah.
And usually, there's an announcer for all of this who is hilarious. The narrator's great.
Yep.
And usually at the end of each battle, he sort of announces who the winner is. Most of the time, it's neither of them.
And their schemes run the gamut from adorably naive to diabolical to sociopathic to fucking retarded, and it's great every time.
Yes. The best one is the episode where it's raining and they're trying to convince the other one to loan them their umbrella.
Oh my god, that was adorable.
Yes.
It was adorable and idiotic, and I loved it.
Like, a lot of this is the thing. Like, these are not, well, yeah, the schemes themselves they end up having to go through are huge and grand, but the reasonings for them are just so basic. And like, we should have a student council vacation. We should all go for a trip together. Where are we going to go? And the entire episode is trying to trick Chika between the two of them to agree on either the beach or the mountains. But the thing is, Shirogane starts off with mountains because he doesn't want to go to the beach in case,
Well, he can't swim.
In case he can't swim, yeah. And Shinomiya doesn't want to go to the beach. Sorry, she wants to go to the beach initially, and show off her body in a swimsuit because that'll get Shirogane to confess to her because. But then halfway through, Chika starts talking about it and describing bits and bobs, and they start weighing in and trying to fight their argument, end up completely convincing each other the opposite way round, and end up arguing the opposite side in this same thing. By the end of it, Shinomiya decided she doesn't want to go to the beach anymore. She wants to go to the mountains because she's realized Fujiwara has a much better body than she does, and she doesn't want to get shown up. And Shirogane decides he now wants to go to the beach instead of the mountains because he doesn't like bugs.
And of course, they
laid
on Chika's lap, and she decides, "Oh, we should go to the haunted."
We should go to this. We should go to the mountain by the lakeside, the haunted one with all the graves and the mysterious disappearances. That would be really cool. The what? Yeah, there are all these legends about like evil spirits and yokai kicking around. It's like, no.
Chica's the best.
He really is.
I really like I really like all 4 of the characters, but especially the main trio. Like, they're all great. But yeah, the umbrella bit is Shinomiya's plan to set up the whole situation is terrifying.
Yes.
And she's completely undone by Chica at the end, because of course she is. I love Chica.
Like, it gets to the point in that one where she realized what was going to happen, what Shiragane's excuse was going to be, and having an answer for that, countering the likely ploy that he would use, and then having a backup to that. The only thing she didn't count on was Chica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's no planning for Chica.
No.
She's an elemental force of chaos and destruction.
Like, a number of times, like, we get a lot of this show is in a monologue, and Shinomiya, the number of times she's cursed Chica, just like.
The thing is, Chica is Shinomiya's best friend.
Yes.
And she adores Chica for reasons we'll get to in a second. But in addition to the fact that Chica is basically, you can't not like Chica. But her, Shinomiya's pride and desire to always succeed does occasionally put herself in positions where she gets resentful of Chica for about 5 minutes. And then Chica does something that utterly melts her heart. She's like, oh, yeah, I really like her. God damn it. But there's that 5 minutes of she's like bordering on planning murder, and then Chica's like, hi, I'm Chica. It's like, oh, right, yeah, Chica. No murdering Chica.
Fine.
So, we should talk a little bit about the other sort of back levels of motivation. This is a little bit spoilery, but not really. So Shiragane, again, like, a large part of his motivation and like why he really doesn't want to take the risk of confessing ties back into that whole thing. He's something of an outsider here. He is the working class kid who has earned his way into the school, but he doesn't quite entirely fit in. And the girl he likes is very much from the quote right side of the tracks, as it were. And for the first 6 months they knew each other, she was very standoffish and looked down on him. Until he got her to open up and actually be like, civil and somewhat friendly. And they became friends. And now he's like, yeah, but if I admit to her, and if I screw up like admitting it to her, she'll just look down on me. Like that, there's a persistent part of his brain that will not let go of the fact that she will look down on him and that he is not good enough for her. And that she'll feel that way and sort of dismiss his confession, and that would absolutely crush him.
Oh, how cute is the image that keeps on popping up into his head.
Yeah.
And it's not just the phrase, oh, how cute, but it's also the way she's saying it. Props to the voice actress, by the way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Props to all the voice actors. They're all great. Like, all of them. Shinomiya is, when we mentioned she's sheltered, So her dad is,
she has a flip phone.
Yeah,
she's the richest kid in class, and she has a flip phone.
Yep. Shiragane has a smartphone at this point.
Yeah.
And he's cheap.
He's notably, he's very careful with his money, I think is the nice way of putting it.
Yes.
It's not that he's tight, but it's a case of if he doesn't see a need for it, he won't bother.
Right.
Like, he doesn't mind splashing out again, no spoilers, but there's a bit later on where they need to get a cab to, like, the next town over. He's absolutely fine with that. But it's like, well, I've got a phone. I don't need a smartphone.
Right, and then if someone pointed out the various things you can do with the smartphone that'd be useful, and he's like, oh, yeah, totally. I'm totally getting one then.
Yeah.
I've been saving my money for a rainy day. Sure, let's go. I'll go get a smartphone. Chica, you know smartphones.
This is the guy that, like, walks by a panhandler asking for a spare dollar, and he's like, "All I've got out is a 5. Here, let me reach into your bag and make change."
I'm not sure he'd do that, actually. If he decided to help somebody, he'd just help them.
I get what you mean, though, yeah. It's like, oh, tips are optional? Cool.
But the more important thing is, literally, it's a case of, okay, well, yeah, this is actually useful. Great, I will buy this. No, see, if he found a panhandler,
he'd find a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
If the panhandler thing, he'd probably just find the guy a job.
Yeah. Take into account, though, we do get told later on it's a refurbished phone that he got.
Well, yeah.
Brand new.
Of course it is. If he can get a refurbished phone that works as well as a new phone, he'll do that.
I mean, I'm going to be perfectly honest. I got my smartphone because my phone company literally threw it at me to tell me to get off the flip phone. So,
yeah. So that's he's but Shinomiya, her family is distant, shall we say?
Yeah, we see one clip of them.
Absent the point of abuse.
Yeah.
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 We get literally one clip like at her home, and we get a lot of scenes at her home. Sorry, but
we get a lot of clips at the house she lives in.
Yes,
and her bedroom.
The only person we ever see is Ai,
her maid,
Hayasaka, who is her maid / bodyguard / confidant / paid best friend kind of thing. And the one time we ever see her father, he's a guy walking around in a large dark kimono, followed by guys with suits.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, is this mafia?
He might be connected to the Yakuza. We don't know.
I mean, he's in transportation. That's sort of a classic organized crime thing.
It never out and out says it, but yeah, he's basically untouchable even to his own daughter.
Yeah, he walks by and says, he walks by, doesn't even glance into the room. She says, "Dad," and he's like, "Oh, you're here. That's nice." And walks by.
This is after he ordered her to come home.
Yeah.
Because she normally lives at like a villa that he owns, which is closer to school. He orders her to come home, which means she has to break a day out with Chika, shopping. And she obeys because it's Dad, and her bodyguards wouldn't let her not do that. But yeah, she's been kept basically away, we find out nobody talks to her, and she's never had she's never really had anybody to talk to outside of the people who work for her family. And at school, this kids treated her with kept distance because they were all terrified of what her family represented, and and her generally sort of somewhat cool demeanor. So she sort of retreated more and more into herself and became more and more arrogant and haughty. And fortunately for her and for a lot of people, she met Chika, who basically is like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna be friends with you." No, that's bullshit. We're friends now.
We're friends. Fuck you. But no, we're friends. Fuck you.
But Chika literally was the first person who approached her and treated her like a person. Like the first kid who did that. And she's like, "Oh, wait, people can do that?" So she's very emotionally repressed, and her family has sort of there's a brief shot where we actually get a flash of what looks like the family mottos sort of graffitied on the wall in her place, which is a lot of wording of basically take what you want from people, take advantage of them, don't trust other people, etc. There's a lot of basically get what you can out of other people, but think only of yourself type stuff. It's like, oh, okay, you can sort of see why she is the way she is, and it's really kind of sad because she really, really, really doesn't Oh God, there's the episode where they run across the magazine and the poll about whether students have had sex or not, high school students have had sex or not.
Oh yeah.
Whether you quote done it. And she immediately because it's phrased as have you done it with somebody, and she's like, "Oh, well, yeah," and everyone's like, "The fuck you?" Because she's interpreted as kissing.
Well, it was something like, what was it, some 33% of people say they had done it by middle school, in middle school, or
by high
like
school.
that.
It was high
Yeah,
school.
they I think they mentioned something like an intimate encounter or something that
It was literally just done it.
yeah.
And
I'm
because
not
that's
too
what
sure
it,
what
and so Kaguya, like Chika is a bit like, wow, people are looser than I thought they were. Because, she gets it immediately, and Shiragani's like, huh, I'm not really surprised, but yeah. Being the least sheltered person in the group.
Yeah.
Ah,
And she's all like, and
sorry about
It's all right.
and she's all like, yeah. Oh no, I think that's I think that's low actually. Like I've certainly you what? Oh, certainly, yeah. What? And everyone's like trying like trying to figure out exactly what's going on. Eventually they like, oh yeah, I've done it with my little my little cousin. Your little what? You've got a little sister, don't you? I'm surprised you haven't done it with her. What? What kind of relationship do you think I have?
And then like Shirogane and Chika both realize, oh wait a minute.
Yeah, well, Chica's like, she's like, Shinami, what do you think we're talking about here? And she's like, well, kissing, right? Like, yeah, and it cuts to a like a little scene of her kissing her infant nephew on the cheek.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, and Shirogane goes to explain. He goes, no, what they mean is, and Chika just stops. He goes, I got this.
Laser starts whispering to Shinami, and she's like, oh.
Listen to me, yeah.
Oh.
Chika basically explains the birds and the bees to Shinamiya.
Yeah.
Shinamiya had, like, literally had no sex education up to this point. None. Did not know the process. I mean, beyond, like, probably some stuff from a purely biological standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, that makes sense biologically. Okay, I got it. Oh, that's what they're talking about. Ah. Okay, well, I was wrong. I must study up about this and find out, like, actually, like, the terminology for this so I don't look like an idiot again.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, that is a level that is a level of
episode.
sheltered Shinamiya is.
Yeah, just gonna put out there the Wiener episode. Watch the Wiener episode; it's hilarious.
We are not going to spoil the joke.
I want to say I have been in all of those situations.
Yeah.
As recently as 6 months ago.
So yeah, Kaguya is very sheltered, and so she really can't admit how she feels to somebody because she's very, very, very wary of actually, like, exposing herself to hurt. Because, if he rejected her, that would absolutely kill her.
Mm-hmm.
She is. Well, it's an absolute. Both of them are absolutely terrified of vulnerability.
Yeah.
The only weird part about it is, although Shirogane is like he's dealing with this all himself, Shinamiya does at least like she confides in Hayasaka because of course you do. She's staff. She's no. I mean, she treats her and talks to her like a person as her best friend. It's not that like master staff relationship.
No. She treats Shinamiya is much better with the people who work for her than most people in her position would seem to be in anime, at least.
Yeah, but at the same time, she doesn't mind like Hayasaka knowing all these things because Hayasaka would never betray her because she's staff. And she does attend the school. She goes to the same school. They're about the same age. Different classes. She never shows up at school as all that much, other than like picking her up afterwards and this that, and the other. But again, the majority of her job is at home, being her handmaid essentially. And Shinamiya he's confesses and says, "Oh, this is this," and Hayasaka is so she's really intelligent as well. She knows exactly what's going on, and he's like, "Why don't you just tell him?" "Oh, I can't do that." "Okay, fine, that's your decision." That becomes her fucking motto. "Okay, fine, that's your decision." You do what you think is best. But she's got to teach her how to use Twitter because that becomes a thing. She's got to teach her how to use smartphones because that becomes a thing.
Well, she doesn't. Again, Kaguya doesn't have a smartphone. She still has a flip phone throughout the entire thing.
She teaches her how to use Twitter on her laptop, though.
Yes.
Yeah. And goddamn, Hayasaka has the patience of a saint. There's one episode in particular, I would have thrown Shinomiya through the wall.
Yes.
To the point where even when the episode is closing down, Hayasaka breaks through the fucking title card and fourth walls it and saying, I just want a bath!
Yeah. But yeah, so like they're both. It's not just it's partially they're scared of the vulnerability, but they're also both abjectly terrified of just like having their hearts broken. Like,
well, again, it comes back to the vulnerability.
Yeah, that is part of it, but they also do not fully believe that the other they're both certain the other person likes them, but they can't fully let themselves believe that.
It's that whole situation where it's a common thing. It's like, and I don't know about you two, but I've been in this position myself. It's a case of, okay, you get along with someone, you like them, they like you, but if you decided to try and actually take it to the next step, they'll be like, oh, no. Basically, they're both terrified of the friend zone.
I mean, who hasn't been in that position? Yeah,
but that's it. That's exactly what this boils down to. It's the fear of ruining a friendship by trying to go that step further and being knocked back.
Yep. Yeah. But again, it's more than that too, because there's also an element to this of whether they actually, because of the way they are and the way they have to be within the sort of social etiquette of the school, neither of them are completely certain that they're actually friends is part of the problem, I think.
Yeah, but the thing is, you've also got the rest of the school. Like, literally, every other school member we speak to outside of the student council thinks they're already a couple because they're the top two students in the school.
Well, it's weird. They both think that and don't think that.
Yeah.
It's like, well, they look together. They should be a couple, but they would never go out with somebody else during high school. That would be wrong and improper.
Yeah.
Or would they? I don't know. I
mean, that's the weird thing. Like, Shinomiya for that's one angle they never do. They never do the somebody could steal her away, because Shinomiya would not look at any other high school student.
No. Well, she has her eyes on. There's one person she considers worthy of her, and it's right. He's across the room.
Mm-hmm.
Because
even when she's giving advice to other students, like again, she's giving advice to the girl. The same guy that Shirogane was giving advice to. It's the girl he's trying to woo that comes to Shinomiya.
Because of course
it is. And even she's like, she looks at the guy and says, "Yeah, okay. He's cute. I can see why he'd be worth going out with. Yeah, that's fine. No, I wouldn't touch him with a stick, but yeah, okay. That's good for you."
I mean, again, she has very, very high standards, and because she's never had. I think a large part is because Shirogane set the standards for her.
Yeah,
she'd never really thought about it before, and she met somebody she fell for, who is setting the bar extremely high for her.
Yeah, and I just want to point out what I mentioned there about like that good for you sort of thing. It's not that she. How do I explain this? They're very careful in this show to give that level of upperclassness, so to speak, while making these still very likable characters. So
yeah,
Shinomiya's arrogance doesn't come from a place of nastiness or you are beneath me. She's that sheltered. That's just how life is. It's not. She doesn't see anyone. It's not a negative to say that you're worse off. That you're not worthy of me. That's just your place in life. She's not being nasty at all. She's just.
Well, it's a case of it's not purely rooted in classism is the thing for her.
Mm-hmm.
Because again, she's fallen for Shirogane, whom she is very aware is not so on the same social level.
Oh yeah.
She just goes, okay, this dude is super awesome.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I've just been oddly enough, if you're familiar with Japanese literature, I've just been looking through the wiki here, which is why my phone exploded. Sorry. And apparently, a lot of this story is based on an old Japanese folktale
Yes.
named the Tale of the Bamboo Cutter.
Yep.
Where you had the princess of a land who had multiple suitors approach her, and she would set them impossible tasks to be worthy of her. And the various characters we see, like I think Chica's based on one of the suitors, so they're not. It's not a direct translation. No, there's only one person trying to win her in this situation. But yeah, Shirogane is based on one of the suitors as well.
Right.
It's an old tale based in Japanese class.
Yeah.
Systems, but brought modernized for the high school setting, like anime, you say?
Yeah. So yeah, it's really I really appreciate how they go to great lengths to humanize Kaguya is what it boils down to.
Yes.
And they do a very good job of it. The author did a great job of it because she's actually very likable.
Yeah, you never at any point find yourself asking, why the hell are you trying for this?
Right. No, you get it.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, no, I get it. I mean, like, she might not be my preferred type of person, but I totally get it.
But it goes both ways as well.
Oh yeah. Oh no.
Because
absolutely.
Shirogane is a bit of an ice lord as well. He doesn't really speak to anyone now. He could come across as very haughty, very superior. Again, not through.
In fact, I imagine he does to people that aren't actually friendly with him. Don't spend a lot of time hanging out with him.
Yeah, because like the second you start hanging out, talking to him, like you get his immense charisma immediately shines through.
Yeah, the only thing he's missing is the glasses to keep pushing up his nose.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he is. He's more socially apt than Shiroe. Which is saying something.
Yeah. But at least Shiroe can go, okay, plan, execution, result.
Yes.
As we've stated before, though, he's much better improvisation, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no.
Moral of the story, never get these two, never get them in the same room at the same time.
But yeah, like, the big thing is it's really obvious that if Shirogane and Shinomiya end up together and they're going, like, that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Watch the fuck out.
I mean, the only way it could not happen is if, like, someone sweeps in to snatch and just sweeps one of the others off their feet.
Right.
And which honestly comes across, given they pretty much just hang out with each other, Chika and Ishigami. Yeah, they're pretty much never going to happen.
So yeah, at any rate,
I suppose that could be something for season 2. Thinking about it,
Yeah.
We'll see what happens in season 2.
Yeah.
So the end of season 1.
I will say, Dad seems the kind of guy that might sort of try to.
No, there's almost certainly going to be an attempt at an arranged marriage. I can almost guarantee it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. But I mean, there are some really sweet moments in it as well. It's not just adversarial. There's one episode that stands out, which is the one where they have the French exchange students.
Oh god, that one's great.
Oh yeah.
Which is absolutely amazing. And apparently one of the students, or is she a teacher? I can't remember which. One of the visitors. She's known as like the vice.
She's the French school's vice president, I believe.
French school's vice president. Yeah, she's part of the student council there, and she's known for having a wicked tongue and
absolutely tear someone to pieces.
Tear someone to pieces, insult, foul language, this, that, and the other. But she only speaks French.
She routinely leaves people in tears from her verbal abuse.
Yeah, and
the principal wants to test Shirogane to see if he's actually worthy of his position.
Yeah,
Shirogane is confident in his French skills. Turns out to be woefully overconfident.
No, he's not actually. No, he never claims to actually speak French. Literally,
You're right. Everyone just assumes he does.
right? They he says, yeah. Like they ask him about it. He says, yeah, I've studied over the the phrase book, but and they want him to say, but I haven't finished reading it.
Yeah,
Bonjour.
Yeah, he literally says, I've skimmed the phrase book, and everyone just thinks, oh, that's the president saying that. Of course, it's false modesty. Of course, he knows this. But to be fair,
he doesn't do false modesty. He does modesty.
Of course, he asks Shinomiya, and he goes, "Do you speak French?" No, not really. And she's lying her ass off.
Yeah, and Chica speaks like 8 languages.
Yeah. Chica, this is the thing. So we never really find out in at least that much, but Chica's from a large family and a well-traveled family.
Yep.
There's one bit where she mentions she shows her a little scrapbook where she's been. It's pretty much name a country.
Yeah.
She's been everywhere, and she loves being abroad. Any big festival or something you might have heard of, one is the Tomato Festival in Spain. She's going there for summer. Because why not? She stopped in Egypt on the way back.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, she speaks everything, and this vice president of the French Council is being tasked to tear Shirogane apart and see if he can stand up to it. And she just starts talking to him and just laying into him. And I don't speak French myself, but there's 1 or 2 words I caught, and like, yeah, all right. And she's absolutely, and he's just the most polite smile on his face, just going, oui, no, oui. And I swear to God, when I was 5 years old, I had this exact same conversation. It was with a bunch of German kids in Spain. I was on holiday. They were just talking nonsense. I was going, yeah, nine. Yeah, they started laughing. I don't know. I thought it was good. Apparently not. But he's just sat there just going through that, and it's like, and this vice president is like, wow, he's not reacting to anything. The principal said he speaks French, and he's not even flinching. What's going on here? She starts going, raises the level, and he just carries on, and it carries on like this until Shinomiya hears what's being said,
and it's like, oh no, you don't.
Oh,
yeah. No one fucks with my boy.
And it turns out that Shinomiya is absolutely fluent in French, knows every single word that's being said, and reduces this woman to tears.
Yes.
Tears her down old school style. And they even have a conversation at the end, and it's like, yeah, okay, I didn't really, and she's like, you don't speak French, do you? Nope.
I told you I didn't. I skimmed the phrase book.
I skimmed through the phrase book. I didn't understand a word that you were saying, but thank you.
Because he approached her, he's like, because she's horrified about what she's done, and he's like, thank you. I don't know what you exactly said, but it's really clear that the way you were saying it, you came in to defend me from her saying something really awful. I had no idea what she was saying. You don't speak French? No. I told you I didn't speak French.
I skimmed the phrase book. I can say hi. I can ask where the bathroom and the biblioteca is. I'm not sure what a biblioteca is, but I can ask where it is.
Library.
Oh dear.
But yeah, no, it's really it's one of the moments where the two of them are actually just like being nice to each other because,
yeah,
and it's really sweet both ways. It's really quick.
Yeah.
Fortunately, Chica did not overhear what Shinomiya said, because I think she would have melted.
No, I think Chica would have been. I think Chica would have been waiting for her outside of the lead pipe. To be honest.
Oh, the other girl. Well, yeah, sure. Oh, you went after the president. Oh, no. You don't do that. But yeah, it's a really so yeah, but to wrap things up, because we should probably there's not much else to talk about other than like individual things that happen in the show, and you really should experience them because they are they're usually goddamn hilarious.
Yes.
And often kind of sweet in weird ways sometimes, a lot of the time. But
there's a lot of sweet moments, a lot of moments where you really want to just jam people into wood chippers in the best way possible.
Yeah. It's oh my God, you idiots. For people who are super geniuses, you're goddamn morons. Ah!
Oh, what's that line from the old Justice League cartoon? Damn it, Clark, for a man with like 50 different types of vision, you were so blind.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it ends basically with them trying to get together for the big summer festival. And Shinomiya really wants to go, but she's never been to one. She's only seen the fireworks in the window of her villa.
Yeah, she has an unhealthy obsession with fireworks as well, because that's the only way she could ever like experience it. So she loves fireworks.
And eventually, so she's going to be going, and she's all dressed up in a beautiful yukata. She looks great, and her father has forbidden her from going because she's been acting up more recently. Because she's getting older and has decided that her dad is made of bullshit, which is both typical for teenagers and B, completely correct.
Yeah. I mean, and when I say it's not like just I could sneak out. No, he's like assigned Yakuza, what look like Yakuza thugs.
Yeah. Now, the other important bit about this is throughout like the whole thing coming up to this is where we're finding out about her background, and she goes on, but she's very aware of how privileged she is in most ways.
Mm-hmm.
And that's part of the reason she keeps saying, yeah, I don't get to do all these things that normal people do, but that's okay. But that's okay. But that's okay. And her voice is getting more and more dead as it goes along. And it's really kind of heartbreaking. Because by the time this happens, you realize that she breaks when she's told she can't do this. She gives up,
and she'd be looking forward to it for the entire
summer.
Summer.
Yeah.
Mm.
And at the last minute, she's forbidden, and like,
it was absolutely just a power dick move by her dad.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because like if he was paying any attention at all, she knew she was excited about this, and to do it the last minute as she was heading out the door, it's just a dick move done to just prove that he can.
Yep. And it's really interesting because Hayasaka's like, okay, what the fuck? This is not like you. Like,
normally you already snuck out the door.
And this is when she realizes, oh crap, it's bad. Oh, this is bad. Okay. Time to actually do something. And she actually gets Kaguya back up on her feet and says, okay, look, we're going to get you out there. Like, we're going to get you there. Like, normally you'd sneak out, but, like, I would need to actually plan for that. Oh, you'd need to plan, would you? Fortunately, I already have a plan to get you out because I kind of saw this might be coming. But, so it boils down to Kaguya misses the fireworks. And she is utterly heartbroken by this. Because it's not just that, like, you know, she's laid out the door. Like, there's more traffic than expected. And she doesn't know exactly how to get there on foot. But
basically, she emerges into the town square where the fireworks are, literally to hear the bell saying, the firework display is now over. Wait, on your way home, please pick up your trash.
Yeah.
And it's like...
And she just breaks down in an alley, which is when Shirogane shows up out of the fucking blue.
Now, we had seen him trying to run her down on his bike several times during this, and just missing her several times.
Yep.
The two of them
literally
just
at one
missing
point
each other.
passes her just after she gets out the taxi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he drops out of the sky, basically, and is like, okay, here you are. I have a plan. We're gonna get you to fireworks. Because fuck that noise. You're my friend, and I know you've been looking forward to this. We're going. And she's like, but what? He's like, there's another fireworks festival on the other side of Tokyo that had to postpone their festival because of the weather. We're going there now. And so they get the taxi.
How did you find me? Oh, you figure out where my best friend is and what she's doing. That's the easiest game we've played so far.
Yeah. It's so good. And, you know, they get out there, and they don't get to the festival directly, but they get to see it off this beautiful bridge over the bay from the back of the cab through the window. It's a wonderful moment.
Yeah.
And it would have been really... It's like, okay, that's fucking cool. And Kaguya is actually kind of distracted from the fireworks by realizing how exactly it's like, oh crap, I like him more than I thought I did.
We actually get a beautiful little monologue where she's like saying that was the greatest thing that anybody's ever done for me, and we got there for the fireworks, but I didn't see the fireworks
All I could see was his face.
because she spent the everyone else was looking out the cab window. She was looking at him.
Yeah, she couldn't hear it over her heartbeat. Basically, is the other.
And it was like, and that's the moment where we're like, yes, finally. It's like the last episode or two. Okay, forward movement. Yes, finally. And then there's cake.
And then there's cake.
Yeah. Well,
it's
it's the aftermath, and it's more that they both. The problem is that like Shirogane is like, oh crap, I think I went overboard.
I was such a cheesy fucking manga character.
Shirogane,
Holy crap, I was a giant pile of cringe.
He was absolutely convinced that he went a whole full-on, 80s action hero, and she's going to think he was completely over the top and ridiculous, and like Eric says, complete cringe. And oh god, I can't even look at her.
And she's like, she can't trust herself to talk to him without stammering over herself at this point.
Yeah, the thing is, that's the thing. She won't look at him. Like, he literally says good morning, and she does the whole looks away, turns her head, and he's like, oh my god, she can't even look at me. That's ridiculous. Oh, I've embarrassed myself so much. Cut to her side of the monologue, and she's like, oh my god, I can't even look at him. I can't look at him. If I do, I'm gonna say something. No, I can't. Oh god, this is ridiculous. And they're literally trying to walk up to each other and can't do it. They just pass by each other. He's like, ah! I'm like, just get
3 or 4 times before Chica assumes it's a game.
Starts forming shapes as the paths as they walk past each other. It's great. So the thing is they're avoiding the conversation for different reasons this time. Is the thing.
Yeah.
It's because it's a case of with Shinomiya, she is literally tongue-tied, which is something she's never experienced before.
Mm-hmm.
And Shirogane has lost. It's not that he's afraid she won't like him. It's a case of he's lost his cool, which is something he's never done. And so it is a case of it is self-doubt, and it's self-doubt this time as opposed to embarrassment or pride or anything like that.
Yeah,
it's really, really weird. But I get why you guys are frustrated by it. I totally get that. I just found it actually.
Here's the thing. I can understand their responses because they're idiot teenagers, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
I remember being an idiot teenager and having that problem.
Yeah.
Hell, I remember being an idiot 25-year-old and having that problem.
So yeah, that's basically where the season ends, with them basically both getting past that and getting back to the previous status quo at least. But there's definite movement inside each of them that they're both much more aware of how much they care about each other. At a minimum, they know they're friends. They know the other person really does consider them their friend. Which is more than they really had before that.
Mm.
There is some progress there at least. Now, Eric commented that what he would have liked to have seen. Why don't you say it yourself for the season?
What I would have really liked to have seen for a topper to this is for them to actually get together.
Yep.
And the second season is them playing the same game, with each other, while being in a relationship, and taking that degree of gamemanship and fucking around with each other, but doing it within a relationship, because that could be really interesting to see for a season.
Yeah.
I mean, this is the thing, as I said. Okay, the show is called Love is War, and for teenage and high schools, getting into the relationship is the hard part. Do you think that's where the fight ends?
No. All this is just a brush fire. Now we're getting to the actual strategy and logistics of it.
Now, I will also say, I totally can see that. And honestly, if I was writing this stuff past this, I would probably at this point move forward in the first few episodes to getting them to the point where they're actually in a relationship, and then explore that. I suspect we're going to see outside forces come in and try to disrupt the status quo. I suspect the arranged marriage is like the potential arranged marriage that we postulated might happen. I think that's going to be a major shaking up point for the show.
I think her dad's going to be a major. Yeah, her dad's going to be a major.
I think her dad's going to get in the way.
Problem.
And I think that will be a large part of what forces them into. I think my gut feeling is that will probably happen at some point, and that will motivate Shirogane to move past the point of, oh God, I have to do something or I'm going to lose her.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she will go against her dad if she doesn't have someone helping her from the outside. Like, if she knows that Shirogane's got her back, and that he wants to be with her, I think that would be enough for her to basically, yeah, fuck you, Dad. No, I'm with him. No, the guy you're picking is not as cool as Shirogane. No, Dad, no, you do not understand. No. This is the guy, the guy. No, you don't understand.
You don't understand, Dad.
No.
It's cute that you think you have some say in this, Dad, but you don't. Not this time.
Well, it's not even just like the whole. It's a guy I like. It's this guy is like, for in all the ways that you want, other than like societal connections, he blows everyone you can think of out of the water. Just no. At any rate, that is basically Kaguya-sama Love is War. I mean, there's not much else to talk about because there are not a ton of characters. There's not a huge, complicated plot. At
the end of the day, it's a sitcom.
Yeah, it's a gag series.
Yeah.
It's a good gag series. It's goddamn hilarious, and it's adorable. So, final thoughts, I guess. So, Eric, Gav, then me.
So I liked this. I like this as a great little episodic rom-com with that, like I said, runs the gamut between like adorable, sociopathic, absurd, and always hilarious. It's great. I really enjoy all the characters. I'm finding out this is A1 Pictures. I'm that much more impressed with the animation. I dig it. I recommend it. It's lots of fun.
Mm-hmm.
There isn't a character that you don't like in this. Like even poor Ishigami. Like, you can't help but like the guy.
Yeah. Keep an eye on him, but yeah.
Dude, get off 4chan. Just get off 4chan, man.
Yeah. If you're gonna look at the pictures, do that, but don't start talking to anyone. Yeah, I mean, this is the thing. It's like it's not crazily in depth, but it's a good show, and it is like between the mental jousting between the two, while simultaneously staying as kids.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, they are not super geniuses. They are overthinking teenagers with extremely hyperactive imaginations, but at the same time, yeah, they're smart, but they're kids. And this is, for me at least, it's been a while since any of us were in high school.
Yeah.
But it's still identifiable. It is. If somebody in that sort of age range is watching this now, they'll be like, "Oh my God, this is brilliant." This is exactly what we're going through, sort of situation. I can see that. It's got a very real tone to it. These kinds of shows are not normally ones that I would continue to keep up with. With season 2 right around the corner, I think I might do. And according to I've just been looking at the wiki as well. I'll have to check this up, but apparently it actually aired on Saturday, the first episode of the new season.
Oh, well, all right then.
It's already live now. It's this season, not next.
Oh, all right then. I've got something to watch. Yeah, I'm running it out with 3 thumbs. I mean, I recommended the show, so yeah, I really like this show.
Just because we recommend it doesn't mean it's a good show.
No, that's true, Gav.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really like the show. I adore the characters. The opening theme is a goddamn killer.
Oh yes,
Yeah, the opening theme is pretty damn good.
it's full on like club term lounge lizard. Just yes,
It is
But
sung,
doesn't suck.
yeah,
I
it
should
is,
make that
yeah,
clear.
it is sung by Rika Ihara, who is apparently a goddamn legend in Japan. He's a great vocalist, and I love the opening theme. The closing theme's also really good, and the one alternate closing with the Chica dancing is like amazing.
that is legitimately amazing.
It's a pretty show. I like all the, as Eric said, I like all the characters. That how often do we get to say that?
Yeah.
I mean, about the shows we really, really like, we often say that, but like
Even the character, yeah, no, it's
even like the incidental characters they throw in are at least amusing. Like Shiragane's sister, like for the 2 scenes she's in, is hilarious.
yes.
3 technically, but
Yeah, well, she's the typical little sister. She's just like, like he tries to talk to her. She's like,
you.
yeah, screw off.
we find out that
She's best friends with Chica.
she's best friends with Chica because she's in Chica's little sister's class, and Chica is Chica. And then she
Everyone's
meets
best friends with Chica.
and she meets Shinomiya, and she's like, I have no idea how to talk to her. And Shiragane's like, yeah, I was like that at first too.
Okay, so just for reference, I've actually found the ending with Chica dancing. I'm gonna post it in the Twitch chat now, and once the episode goes up on YouTube, I'll go in the comments and I'll post a link there as well.
Watch it.
Because oh my god, it's the typical like high school dancing routine sort of thing. Except this is where we think it's rotoscope because they don't do the usual anime thing where you can see like not unnatural movement, but like the movement's too sharp, too quick. It's not, you don't get the full flow of the body. In this, you do.
Yeah.
Like every frame, every extra frame that they wouldn't normally animate, it's it's ridiculous. It's like watching Baby Groot dance.
So yeah, we all really like the show, and we all recommend it. It is a lot of fun. It's cute. It's sweet. It's funny. I mean, we laughed a lot watching this.
Yes. And loud. Not even just not chuckle. I mean, proper belly laugh.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Highly recommended. All right, so that's going to do it for this episode. Eric, you're picking next. What are we watching next?
And now for something completely different. We're doing Vinland Saga because motherfucking Vikings. Motherfucking Vikings.
I'm down. I've read
For the All Father.
Everyone in that show is named Thor, or some variation, by the way. Just letting you know.
So yeah, this is one of the ones where Eric's watched the anime, I've read the manga, and Gav's done neither. Am I correct?
I am completely oblivious, but I don't care. Vikings.
Motherfucking Vikings.
I know you read
next.
some of the manga, right, Eric?
I read like the first couple chapters.
Right. Yeah, I read a bit. I have not read all of the manga, but I got past where the season ends, so I know where the season ends, and I'm looking forward to seeing that animated.
Yeah. See, we have very clearly defined roles. We have the animation expert, expert lover. Wait.
I'm also one of those. I wish.
The writing expert, lover, expert, whatever, and me, the Muppet they dragged in off the street that just says I like things.
Gav. That's an insult to Muppets.
Hey!
Come on!
Oh, yeah. At any rate, I was going to spin that in a nicer way and just say, yeah, but Muppets are awesome, Gav.
I refer to my previous statement.
Yeah. That's going to do it for this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll be back in a while because it's a 20 some odd episode series, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like we don't have time to watch it, but
fair.
we have to maintain something resembling a schedule.
You picked a 26 episode show, not 50 episodes?
It's 26 episodes, and then it ends on a cliffhanger, and we'll have to watch season 2.
Ah!
Season 2's not out yet, so. So yeah, Eric is not. Eric is trying to close the box again after opening it.
Yeah. Keeping it to a dull roar. Just gonna see if I can't find a latch. That's
That's gonna do it, guys. Thank you again. We'll catch you guys next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.